In this episode, we're going to focus on walk. Talk, walk, and tell is what many experts call a conflict resolution skill. It helps solve problems in a way you can remain calm and stay safe. We have already discussed the many reasons to use talk. It shows that you are confident. It helps you discover if the person is trying to be mean or if there is a mistake to be fixed. And it gives you a plan to face the worst of problems, like bullying. In a perfect world, everything would be solved by talking. But there is often too much emotions and bad habits involved for things to be that simple. That's why there is walk. Sometimes a classmate has problems paying attention in class or even being quiet. You may ask them to stop humming or tapping their pencil like a drum. And while they might try to be agreeable, they keep repeating the same bothersome behavior. First of all, it's okay to use talk a few times to solve the problem. If this does not work, then you have a next step in your plan. You can walk away from the situation. If it's not a big problem, like someone wanting to be mean, you can try to ignore it. Many parents will give this advice. I recommend you use talk before you walk. Give the person a chance to fix their annoying behavior. Here are some situations to think about. You're in line. Bernie Bigfoot is standing behind you. He's always standing behind you because that's the line order. As you walk down the hall, he steps on your shoes. He bumps into you. He's not trying to be mean, but boy, is that irritating. Now you can keep telling him to stop, but you know what's going to happen. Your teacher's going to see you whispering, and you are going to be in big trouble. Instead, you might use talk one time. If he continues, move to another place in line. You might have to explain to the teacher why you moved, but it's better than getting in trouble for talking. Talk to your teacher about walk so they will be ready to help you if needed. You're in the library. The school rule is to be quiet, but your friend keeps trying to tell you about the video game he saw last night. You can keep telling him to be quiet, and the chances are you will be called out for disobeying the rules. Instead, you might use talk one time. If he continues, move to another table and continue to read your book. It's important for teachers to understand TW2 so they will know what's going on. Walk is also an acronym. Each letter starts an important idea. When the problem is simple, walking is basically moving to another place. Sometimes you can't walk away, so you have to lean back on what an adult might have told you. Try to ignore them. You can do this in your head. Think positive thoughts. Concentrate more on the task you're doing. This is not my favorite way of walking, but sometimes, like when you're on a bus or perhaps in an auditorium, moving from one seat to another would cause a lot of trouble. The next step is tell, and that is what you probably will have to do in these kinds of situations. When you're facing bullying or even a bear attack, you need to understand the acronym for walk. W is walk, don't run. A, move away from the problem. L, look for a safe place to stop. K is keep control of your emotions. There is something inside most kids that when they see someone running, they get all excited and want to run too. If you run away from Bully Boy or Buster Bear, there is a real chance that you will hype them up and they will chase you and get very rough. So the way to handle this situation is Use talk to show you are not going to be an easy target, then turn around and walk away with confidence. You know they're trying to be mean. Do not stand there and let them talk to you and make you upset. Do not stand around to see if they want to fight. Instead, use talk and move away. Walk away from the problem. Don't make the mistake of just turning your back and walking a few steps or a few feet away. Bully Bell can still see you and still call you names. Batty Bear will think you are being rude and disrespectful, and they may attack you. Walk away, far away from the problem. As the acronym says, look for a safe place to stop. Let's say you're reading a book at recess and Bully Boy targets you. Use talk and then walk toward the teacher and sit down by the adult and start reading again. That should be a safe place. You might walk away and go to a group of friends who you know will help you. You could go straight to the teacher to tell them. Sometimes, however, you will solve the problem better by showing you are not going to let the bully control your emotions or actions. You have a plan. Follow it. We will look at tell later, but that is always the answer if a person continues to bother you. If you do not report the problem to an adult or teacher, they may never know about it. Bullies are very sneaky. As you walk away from the problem, looking for a safe place to stop, remember to keep your cool. If you run away screaming, Bully Boy is going to pick on you every chance he gets. If you start crying as you run away from Bully Bell, she's going to laugh and make plans to come after you every time she sees you alone. But if you control your emotions, you may be afraid, but you don't show it. You may want to cry, but you hold it back. If you control your emotions and keep your cool, then picking on you is not going to be fun or funny. When a person is trying to be mean to you, the answer is to get away from them without yelling, fighting, or being mean back to them. Once you get away, you must tell an adult at school, and you must report it to your parents or guardians. If talk does not stop the bullying, then the person being mean has a real problem that you are not going to fix. You report it to a teacher or staff member like your coach, school counselor, or principal. Talk to a trusted adult for help. And I cannot stress this enough. Tell your parents. Sometimes we get bad advice from friends and even family members. They may say, if a person is picking on you, then you need to stand up for yourself and fight them. Once you start using your fists and violence to solve problems, you may soon become the next bully or worse. You will probably lose friends, and you should. We agree you need to stand up for yourself, but in elementary school especially, it takes more courage to use a plan like talk, walk, and tell than to become the kid on campus who hits and kicks every time they get upset. That's it for our time now. But remember, if someone is hurting you, or if someone else could get hurt, you need to get away any way possible and find an adult to get help.